to fight the virus with no problem. But it did take a lot out of her. Anyway, good to hear you. Stay safe, be well, my friend. Mike 3, Tango Radio Charlie, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo 73. Bye-bye.
Italia November to Radio Tango Bravo. Radio Tango Bravo.
Okay, thanks for calling in. This is Whiskey 2, Radio Echo.
Italy United to Japan Yankee Papa.
Good morning. This is Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor, Saturday morning, and we'll be doing a little streaming here from the Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor studio. Essentially, I also want to pass the word that we'll be doing our special event station, Kilo 2 Hotel, or Heroes, thanking, commemorating, recognizing, bowing to all the healthcare and service workers that have been so critical in mitigating this terrible COVID-19 pandemic and risking their lives to bring the sick back to health again. So that special event station will be starting on May the 1st. I'll be operating here from my home, QTH, and I'll be using the call sign Kilo 2 Hotel stroke SUF for Suffolk County. So let's see what's on the bands. Let's call a little bit of CQ and see what goes on here. Is the frequency in use Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor? CQ calling, CQ calling, CQDX, CQDX calling, CQDX. CQ calling, CQDX. This is Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor. A Whiskey 2 Juliet Victoria calling CQDX, CQDX. Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor, Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor from New York, calling CQDX and listening. CQ calling CQ, CQ calling CQ, CQ calling CQDX. From Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor, Whiskey 2 Japan Victoria, CQ calling CQDX, CQDX, Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor. Is the frequency in use Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor? CQ calling CQDX, CQDX calling CQDX. This is Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor. Whiskey 2 Japan Victoria, CQ calling CQDX, CQDX, Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor. Roger, thank you. Very nice. Thank you very much for the call. Oscar November 3. Let me get this call here in my log so I don't forget it. Stand by here while I get that. Oscar November 3. United Nations, Oscar November 3, United November. If that's not right, please correct me. Thank you so much for the call. 5 and 7 into New York, 5 and 7. The name is Peter, Pop Echo Tango Echo Romeo. So hopefully you copy me pretty well this morning. Happy afternoon to you. Oscar November 3, United November, Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor.
The north part of Belgium, 5 and 9 plus 5 in the north part of Belgium. The name Dirk Delta India Radio Kilo and the call sign Ocean Nancy 3 United Nations. QSL?
Roger, QSL, Dirk, thank you. ON3UN, thank you for the signal report. I appreciate that very, very much. I do indeed. I have your picture right now here, and you're looking good on the telephone. It looks like you're at a convention of some kind. So tell me, how are things going there with the COVID-19 virus? How are things going there for you? And I'll give you a quick report here. Back to you, ON3UN, Dirk, Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor.
Okay, 5 fine copy. Yes, the picture you see on securitas.com is when it's taken in Sweden when we have activating the station here in 9 a.m. in Utanede in the middle part of Sweden. We visit that station every year during the WPX and maybe sometimes also the CQ Worldwide. But now with the coronavirus, we were not able to visit the WPX, so we have to stay at home for that. So, but nevertheless, we enjoyed it to stay over there in Sweden. Okay, Mike, back to you. Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor, Ocean NC3, United Nations.
Roger, Dirk. Fine copy, strong copy. 5 and 9, sometimes going up a little higher. ON3UN, W2JV. Yeah, it's a shame that we have to put so many things on hold, but we'll be back. We'll do it again, but for now, we'll operate from our home stations. Yes, I look forward to WPXCW as well as IARU. Well, here in the New York area, where the number of cases, I think we had 458 deaths yesterday, and the cases and deaths have gone down, but they're still there, and certainly there's no reason to relax the restrictions that we have here in New York, where we're still experiencing a lot of difficulty. So hopefully people will be patient. I also want to mention a special event station that will begin on May the 1st. It will be Kilo 2 Hotel. You can go to my website or the Great South Bay Amateur Radio Club website on QRZ.com, or look for Kilo 2 Hotel, the Kilo 2 Hotel at QRZ, Dirk, and you can get the details. We're going to be honoring all the healthcare workers, the service workers, anyone that supported the people during COVID-19. So we look forward to saying thank you to all those people that helped us, and hopefully through my streaming, they'll be able to listen to the broadcast and clearly hear from people like you, Dirk, who also will say thank you, not only to people in New York, but around the world. Well, 73s, Dirk, be well, be safe, stay home, and we look forward to speaking to you again soon, Dirk. Thanks a lot, and hopefully in the contest. ON3UN, Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor.
Okay, fine copy, sir. Yes, Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor. Yes, we have also here in our club region, we have a special call sign. It's called also Radio 2 Stay Home. So we have also our own call sign here in the club. And of course, we may use that particular call sign here at home. It says enough, Stay Home. So, yes, about the restrictions over here. We had yesterday the Belgian government said that some stores may open, I think the 11th of May. The schools are getting open, but not for every year. So, yeah, it's getting, the lockdown is getting a bit less on this side, but we have to be aware for the corona. Okay, thank you very much. If you don't mind, and hope to meet you during the contest. And I'll surely try to work at the Kilo 2 Hotel, the King 2 Heroes. Yeah, it's a nice call sign and also a nice. And yeah, we have to thank all those people who are taking care for us. Okay, thank you very much. That's the brief, and I'll see you in the first. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Dirk. I appreciate very, very much all that information. Thank you for your report as well. Well, I'm glad things are starting perhaps to relax a little bit, but very good point, not to get too carried away and too casual. And yes, I think I worked a number of the stay-at-home stations, and that's very, very thoughtful for them to do that. And we're certainly looking forward to that event the entire month of May. Well, thanks again, Dirk. I really look forward to working with you again, looking forward to sharing some points with you during the contest. And thanks so much, as always. Look forward to speaking with you again. And again, stay safe. 73s to you. ON3UN, Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor. Best of 73s to you, Dirk. Thank you.
Okay, best 73s also to you. Be safe and take care for you and your family. Bye-bye, 73 then. See you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Dirk. Bye-bye. Be well. Thanks so much. 73s. QRZ, Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor.
Foxtrot 2, Golf Victor.
Wow, are you outside my house? Foxtrot 2, Golf Victor. About 20 over 9. I have to lower my headphones output. You're hurting my ears. Thanks a lot for putting out such a good signal. The name here is Peter, Papa Echo Tango Echo Romeo. Do I have that call right? Are you sure it's not a station, a W2 station? I think I got it right. Foxtrot 2 Golf Victor, a Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor.
Yeah, the call sign is Kilo Foxtrot number 2 Golf Victor. That's Kilo Foxtrot number 2 Golf Victor.
Okay, well, that makes more sense. Kilo Foxtrot 2 Golf Victor. Thanks so very, very much. Appreciate that. Thank you for the call. The name here is Peter, Papa Echo Tango Echo Romeo, located in Northport, New York. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, and the whole town is closed down. It's Jack here in Syosset, New York. Love going to Northport. Absolutely love it. Go to Kevin's Places in town. The Ritz Cafe. That's Joe. That's now Joe's place. Kevin's got 2 places. The Bistro. I love that. I love that place. Yeah, I'm over here in Syosset.
Well, thanks so much, John. Appreciate that. Yes, there's some beautiful places, and hopefully we'll be able to get back to that and support them, and most importantly, give them some very, very generous tips. Take some of that federal subsidies that we've received and share it with them. We can't wait to do that, and I can't wait to get a haircut as well. I'm going to start to have to wear hats more, John. Anyway, John, as you know, we're going to have a special event station, Kilo 2 Hotel or Kilo 2 Heroes, starting May 1st. And if you'd like to participate, anyone is welcome. Just contact the organizers on the K2H QRZ page, and you will then be K2H stroke Nassau, right, NAS. We have a lot of folks in Suffolk. And again, with a special event station, we could put on as many stations that are willing to operate on the same band. So we look forward to that very, very much. Thanks, John. John, I'm a member of the Great South Bay Amateur Radio Club. Haven't been at too many open houses. Right now we're doing Zoom type meetings, but I'm not sure if you're a member of the club or not. You may be. Your call is familiar. Let me know about that. But you may be a member of other clubs, or none at all. KF2GV, W2JV.
Yeah, and by the way, make the note. It's Jack. My real name is John, but I go by Jack. Juliet Alpha Charlie Killer. I go by Jack, and I got my amateur extra class license through that organization over there at the Babylon Town Hall. And yes, I will be on the air for the special events. I will be doing that, and I just love the village I just absolutely love the village that you live in. Do you have any access to any 70 centimeter equipment?
Yes, I do, Jack. Sorry for that. It's funny. The fields are populated here in AC Log by QRZ. I have an XML account, and of course it comes up with the formal FCC designation, so it has been corrected to Jack. Yes, I also operate amateur satellites as well, and I have an IC 9100, and I operate there, of course, 70 and 144. All basically modes on that. So yes, the answer to that is yes. If you want to set up something in the future, Jack, go ahead.
All right. Well, if you tune in right now, you can hear yourself on 448225. I'll repeat the frequency, and you can actually hear what you sound like on 448225. That's coming out of my repeater in Huntington. Over.
Oh, that's interesting. So basically, how are you going about streaming that? I suppose you're probably just doing a link, and I guess you're linking HF over to that. Was that too difficult to do? How did that go for that, Jack? Go ahead.
It cost me $1 million, and I'm not kidding. I have a complete repeater system, and that's one of them that you could, if you have your radio there, just turn it on. You'll hear us talking on it right now. Yeah,
in fact, it's interesting. I'm streaming our broadcast through Twitch, So if you want to hear yourself, just go to Twitch TV, or I'll be uploading it later to YouTube, and you'll be able to hear what it sounds like. So yeah, do you have any? Do you tape it at all? Do you have anything that I could listen to later? Can you upload any of that information? Go ahead.
No, I have no ability to do this. Is all in real time, and this is technology from 40 some odd years ago. I've been doing this since I started in '75, and I built the system out in the '90s because I'm using all MSF 5000 repeaters to do this. And like I said, I'll leave it on this channel because if you plan on staying here, you'll hear yourself when you get the opportunity. Just turn your radio on, and you're going to be there.
Well, that's terrific. I'll do that. Yes, I'd like to work a little more DX, pass the word on K2H. And yeah, if you are near a computer and you want to tune into Twitch TV, you can see some of the things that are going on. I'm using a Flex 6400 jack along with a Ameritrend AL80B, and I see you've got a nice tower there. I've got a Tri-X 470. TX 470, and I'm working also through JK Antennas, great company, using their Navasa 5 antenna system. So maybe give me a little idea of your working conditions there. Got a great signal. Your audio is fantastic. I'm almost going to guess, without looking on your page, that you may be running some Icon equipment, maybe a 73 or 7600. And also, good job. I mean, yeah, it takes a lot of effort, a lot of work to link things, and it's part of our hobby. I enjoy doing this streaming as well, but what you're doing is certainly at another level. Back to you, Jack. KF2GV, W2GV.
Yeah, this is KF2GV returning, yeah. Well, right now I'm using a very, very old radio. It's a Yaesu FT1000 Delta running a VL1000 linear amplifier, 1240 watts, into a 6-element Force 12 monobander, 47-foot boom up at 100 feet. It's on the 689 crank-up tower, fed with 7/8 hardline and Superflex going up there. That's the current working conditions now. Current. In the next 3 weeks, I just purchased from down in Delaware a new Yaesu radio, the FT101 DX-MP. And I heard that I'm going to be thrilled with that, even though I've been using this rig pretty consistently through the 1990s. I'm finally upgrading. On the UHF side, we use a Kenwood TS 890 and an Alpha 87 linear amplifier with a DAS antenna switch box, so I can operate everything from 10 through 60 all via remote control, through my UHF repeaters, and that's how we do it. It's old, but it works. Over.
Oh, it sure does. Yeah, old doesn't mean bad, not at all. And the 1000T was 1000D was always a rig that I admired. When I got back into the hobby, I'm licensed in '64, Jack, and I got back into the hobby again actively when I joined Great South Bay in '95. And good for you for taking your test there at Amateur Radio Club Great South Bay, doing a great job over there, really are. So yeah, I always did. I couldn't afford it at the time, so I got the Kenwood 570 Delta. And again, that may be a little bit old and dated, and the technology has certainly been bypassed, but it works. You're going to just be delighted with the 101 DXMP. Everything I've read about it, all the reports, phenomenal. So, yeah, I'm a bit jealous, so good for you. And thanks a lot for giving me a rundown on the setup. You certainly have a very, very, very nice station set up there. Really wonderful, for sure. So I'll pass it over to you for 73s, work a few more people, and yeah, I'm going to tune to 448225. Is that the repeater, is that open to anyone, or are you limiting it to certain types of people that belong to certain clubs, Jack? Go ahead.
No, it's a closed repeater. It's my private repeater. It's been there forever. I use it to operate, HF through my HTs. I also utilize it IRLP, Echolink, and one other mode that we operate. I got to remember what it is, but the IRLP, and this is my primary usage of it. So this way I could travel around. I have a Tesla, and I have an HT. You can't mag mount anything on the car. You can't install any radios. And the only other question I want to ask you is I'm interested in getting rid of my IC970. When I say get rid of it, putting it on a shelf, and buying the IC9700 for satellite work, which is what you did mention. And that's what I was interested in. I would like your opinion.
Well, Jack, I admire the 9700 very, very much. That's the rig that we use for field day. When we have field days at Babylon Town Hall in Lindenhurst. And the 9700 is a phenomenal rig. Certainly it is the next step up from the 9100, and it performs just superbly well as a base station. You will love it. You will love it to death. It's very, very good. I also have the M-Square antennas I'm using for satellite work. And if you need any help, any ideas on that, please let me know. I'm also backing it up with an SSB preamp for both 70 and 2 meters. But that rig is just phenomenal, and you will enjoy it a good deal. Yeah, I think when you said Delaware, that's one of my favorite locations, HRO. So they do a good job by us, and we support them, and they are just outstanding. Yeah, no problem with that. You will just really enjoy it. Back to you, Jack.
All right, very, very good. Yeah, all right, good. So I'll let you make some more contacts. And like I said, the first thing I'm going to do is pick up the HF radio, which I got a very good deal on, the FT101DX MP, which is the 200 watt model, and it fits directly with the VL1000. So I won't have to change too much here. We'll get done with that. I'll get I'll touch base with you with the satellite radio. Are you good in the phone book?
Let's see now. I am. I'm not. Yeah, I should be. Yes, I should be. And if I'm not, please send me an email through QRZ, or you could do it Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor at amsat.org. If it's not there. But yeah, I think I'm pretty good because I do have. I'm sure you as well as I do have landlines still, so we're still in that category. So yes, by all means, you will be able to contact me. It'd be my pleasure, Jack.
All right, perfect. Okay, good to know. All right, go make your contacts. Sorry to take all your time, but at least you and I both have 20 over S9 signals to each other.
Jack, that's for sure. It certainly helps on the ears. Yeah, propagation is just so right now. Well, listen, take care and be well. Hopefully, no one in your family has had any issues with COVID, and you're also staying hunkered down as we are here too. So be well. Look forward to meeting with you soon when we can do that. And if you want to say hello, we are doing Zoom on the Great South Bay Amateur Radio Club, both our general meetings and our Wednesday and Saturday open houses. So you can check into the website. Love to say hello to you through your picture on Zoom if you have the time to do that. 73s, thanks a lot. No problem. I enjoy the contacts no matter where they are in the world. Kilo Fox 2 Golf Victor. You're very interesting, Jack. Thank you. Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor.
You don't know the half of it. 73s from KF2GV. Bye-bye.
Oh, that's it with a little smirk, huh? I look forward to knowing more. Okay, but not suitable maybe for amateur radio. 73s to you, Jack. Thanks so very much for the time. Very, very interesting. QRZ, Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor. The station was United in the call? Roger, thank you. Oscar November 9, Echo November Alpha. Hope I have that right. The name here is Peter, Pop Echo Tango Echo Radio Peter, and your signal right now is a 5 and 7. So back to you, Oscar November 9, Echo November Alpha. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor.
Okay, Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor, Peter, my call, Ozen Henry, Oscar Hotel 9, Echo Nancy Alpha. My name is Rappe Radio Echo, Papa Echo, Rappe my name. Finland, Arctic Cyclone to Area. Ocean Henry 9. Negative to Ocean Nancy. Oscar Hotel. But anyway, Peter, you covered very beautiful signal coming out of the circle to area 59. 519, you coming in Laponia. Go ahead.
Roger, Repe, thank you. Oscar Hotel 9, Echo November Alpha. Thank you for the correction, Repe, thank you. And thank you for the signal report. Yeah, your signal came up to a 5 and 9, where propagation is just so-so, really. So, Repe, how are things going in Sweden with COVID-19? How are things going there? Hopefully you and your family are well. Back to you.
Everything is fine. Everything is fine with my family in Finland, Laponia. Everything is fine. No coronavirus at my home. That I'm very, very happy because my area at Finland, Laponia, and exactly to Arctic Laponia, the coronavirus now it is very, very bad as a problem. But me and to my family, and also to my grandmother, everything is fine. No problem to that coronavirus. That I stay home. I all the time stay home. My friend Peter. But anyway, I listen to you. You and the Jack. I listen maybe 10 minutes, and you come incredible. 5 and 9 plus 20. 59 plus 20 decibel. You come all the time. Arctic cycle to area and village Max Niemi. And I'm very happy you listening my little voice Arctic Laponia. My friend Peter, I beaming to you my antenna to high cam number 5. 25 meters to high. And my rounding only 400 whiskey, nothing anymore. And my radio to Yaito Box Tango 1000 Mike Papa. And just now Laponia, it is very beautiful today. The blue sky, little bit wind, and a temperature minus 1 degree Celsius. That's a little info to Finland Arctic Cyclone area, my friend Peter. Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor, Oscar Hotel Echo, Nancy Alpha, Mantorape, Lapland. Go ahead.
Oh, Repe from Lapland, thank you so much. Wonderful signal. Yes, you too as well. 5 and 9, sometimes 5, 9 plus. And thank you so much for the compliments on my signal. You know, as we all know, we all do as good a job as we can. I think that I'm going to have to give most of the credit to the antenna system, which is a JK Antennas, JK Juliet Kilo Antennas. Ken Sorga is the individual who owns the company, and it's a Navasa 5. You know, it's rather modest. It's only 2 elements on five bands, but it's just phenomenal. And the footprint is small, only 12-foot mass. So some magic is going on there. I'm not going to ask too many questions. Who knows what's happening? And fine business on your setup. The FT1000MP Repe is a wonderful, wonderful rig. It really is. And fine on your entire setup. Doing a wonderful job there. And very glad that everyone is safe. Even some of the older folks in your group. So I'm glad to hear that as well. And you're absolutely right. If you stay home, you're going to stay safe. And it may be boring, and we may at some point question whether or not we're overreacting. But right now, that's what we're going to do. I'm also streaming this. I'm also showing this on Twitch TV. And if you happen to want to check into that, watch some of my live feeds, you can do that. I upload as well to YouTube. I'll be operating and broadcasting, streaming Kilo 2 Hotel or Kilo 2 Heroes, a special event station, Arepe, to thank all the frontline workers who have worked so tirelessly, risked their lives really in this war on the COVID virus. And we're going to be starting that on May 1st. I right now have that up on the screen, the Kilo 2 Hotel certificate that everyone will be able to download once they make contact with the stations. And there'll be plenty of stations on for the entire month of May. Well, Repe, let me let you wrap it up. Wonderful speaking with you. Thanks so much for checking in here, and I do look forward to speaking with you again. Our weather conditions here, been cool, been about 10 to 15, maybe 8, 9 degrees Celsius cooler. Our temperature now is at about 8 degrees Celsius. It's clear today, but where some rain is coming in, not too stormy, just some more rain, as they say, April showers. So that's the story here. 73s to you, Repe. Thanks so much. thanks for the correction on the call, and we do look forward to hopefully working you in our special event station. You'll love the certificate that we're certainly offering. Oscar Hotel 9, Echo November Alpha, Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor. To you, Rep A.
To you. And I'm very happy that you love it. See you next time. Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor, Mr. Big Peter. There is Ocean, Henry, Echo, Nancy Alpha, Rapper, Lapland, and Santa Claus area. 73, Nunuka. Ho ho. Ciao.
I love Nanuka Ho Ho, and yes, from the land of Santa Claus. Yes, that's wonderful. That's right. I forgot about that. Terrific. Rep A, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure. I know we've spoken before. Look forward to speaking with you many, many times. Hey, be well, Rep A. Be safe. Stay well. Stay home, and everything will be okay. 73s, Rep A. Ocean Hotel 9, Echo November Alpha. Thanks so much. Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor. 73s, Rep A. Bye-bye now. QRZ, Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor. The station with Alpha Bravo, please. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to. I had a little issue here with my logger. So once again, Echo India station. Echo India. Go ahead. Come back. Roger, thank you very much. India, Echo India 2, India Hotel Bravo. Thank you. Echo India 2, India Hotel Bravo. Thank you. Yeah, propagation is dropping off. Right now, a 5 and 5, 5 and 5. Hopefully, it'll get a little bit better. The name is Peter, Pop Echo Tango Echo Romeo. Hey, thanks so much for repeating your call. Echo India 2, India Hotel Bravo, Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor.
Negative on the call. It's Echo India 2, India Alpha Bravo, Italy Alpha Bravo. Over. QSL.
Roger, QSL, thank you for the correction. Echo India 2, India Alpha Bravo. That's better. QSL, thanks so much. Back to you. Roger Martin, thanks so very, very much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Well, things are getting better. They're certainly not great. We had about 458 to 540 deaths yesterday in New York State. It's going down. The number of cases were I think about 1,300 yesterday. New cases, new infections, but that's going down as well. But, that could be deceptive. Going down doesn't mean going away. And there's still a lot of work to be done. And clearly, we're not going to be able to test everyone. So we're still going to have to hunker down and be patient and, enjoy the time spent at home. And I know it's an economic hardship for people that are in small businesses. I was in a small business since retired, but I know how devastating it could be economically, and clearly we want everybody to get back to work as soon as possible. And hopefully some of the businesses can open and be careful, but still be open and be very, very, how shall I say, aware of crowding situations. So hopefully that'll get better. I posted the special event station that we're going to be having, Martin, starting May 1st, Kilo 2 Heroes, K2H. And that'll begin on May 1st, running through May 31st. And we really would love to make contact with you and have one of the wonderful, wonderful certificates that are available. So back to you, Martin, to wrap it up. And thanks a lot for the correction on the call. Echo India 2, India Alpha Bravo, Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor. Yeah, propagation is dropping off. 73s to you, Barton. Yeah, propagation dropped off a lot, so I'll say best of 73s. Be well. Not sure we're going to still be able to get some DX, but let's see what happens. Or anyone, anywhere, that's fine. This is Whiskey 2 Juliet to Victor.
Hey, Peter, W2JV, Kilo Delta 2, Radio Delta, up here in Port Jeff. How you doing this morning?
Roger, doing fine. Thank you very, very much. We're feeling okay. How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. Heard you in there plowing away there through some DX. Band is kind of marginal, and we've heard you on many times. Met you down at HRU, and looks like you did well in sweepstakes phone, I think. Congratulations, and officially a big gun there. W2JV. Name here is John. Kilo Delta 2, Radio Delta. Don't want to hold you up. Just want to say hi.
No, John, not at all. Not holding me up whatsoever. Thank you, John. Really appreciate stopping in for sure. Really, and thank you very much. Yes, I don't know about Big Gun, but certainly we're bigger than we were before, and we're trying to certainly make sure that we learn all the techniques and be able to really be a good contest operator. I think the biggest issue is time in the seat, as we all have as we get older. And although I like contests of short duration, I can hang in with those. So that was a lot of fun, and we're going to look forward to the Kilo 2 Hero Station, and certainly, hopefully, if you have some time, you'll be able to pick up the call sign and make a few cues. But yes, I do remember. Always a pleasure meeting with you at HRU. It really is just such a wonderful event, really. And yeah, if you have a chance and you want to stop by Gizbark Zoom stuff, by all means. But thanks a lot, though, for the compliments. I appreciate that. Your signal is just outstanding. You sound just terrific. Back to you, John. K2RD, W2JV.
Yeah, all right, Peter. Very good. Yeah, my antenna's pointed right at you. Listening toward Europe there for a little bit, and things are starting to fade out, a little weak, but sound good here. Yeah, well, good luck with the K28 station. I've run a couple of events from here, mainly for some of the contests. I think we've used K2R, K2Z. Just like sort of a pretend Suffolk County ham reunion. Ward Melville High School reunion once, I think. So yeah, it's always good to use, fun to use those calls, activate them, and send out the cards, and particularly during these events, the K2 Heroes is quite relevant. So I'm sure a lot of people will appreciate that. We'll let you tune around there. Maybe we'll catch up with you in WPX contest or some of the subsequent ones there. I think we're going to be running on 40 meters a single band, but we'll see what happens. Hope you and the family are safe. W2 Johnny Victor, KD2RD.
There you go. There's a play on that. Thanks so much, very, very much, John. KD2RD, W2JV. Yeah, I'm looking up at your picture here, and that's nice. Nice favorite beverage over there. Some nice equipment behind you, and yeah, your T-shirt, K2R IARU 2016. That's great. That's good. Well, yeah, no, I do look forward to working. We're going to enjoy both WPXCW and IARU. That's going to be fun, and we'll see what we can do really. So yeah, thanks a lot. We are doing okay here. We'd love to get around. We're a social. We all are social, and miss the Gizbark meetings. But the virtual stuff, that's working just fine for now. So the best of 73s to you, John. If you want to hear yourself, that lovely voice, you can hear yourself on Twitch, or I'll upload to YouTube. But I don't think that's going to be any surprise to you. I'm sure you've done that a lot of times. You got an outstanding signal and a very nice audio. Thanks, John. Always a pleasure. Anytime, any day. KD2RD, Romeo Delta, Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor.
Yeah, okay, Peter, on the Twitch TV, what's the login for that? Or if I go to the site, because I've heard about it, and I'm just not sure how to access it, either via password or if I need to to set up an account? I'm sure you know about that. What do I do?
Thanks, John. Good question. Good question. Well, first of all, to locate me without logging in or subscribing, you can just put in my call sign, and it'll show up. If you want, and it's not a bad idea to subscribe, no cost at all, to basically sign up, and then you'll have the opportunity to essentially subscribe to me, and then when I'm live, if you have the opportunity or the interest, it'll give you an email to say that I'm live on Twitch. I'm also doing that through Facebook as well, but Twitch is pretty reliable. So yeah, just for now, all you have to do is just sign in. Don't have to log in or sign up. But again, as I said, that's a good idea. Makes sense, John? Go ahead.
Yeah, I believe so. But did you say to Google your call sign or go to it via Twitch? Yeah,
no, go right to twitchtv.com, and then in the search bar, put W2JV. Also, you know Ray Higgins. He does a fantastic job. There's a huge gun, great operator. Put his call in, and you can also follow him and listen to some of his past broadcasts as well. Go ahead.
Yep, got it. Yeah, we got it right here. All good. Yeah, we know Ray and Mike. I think Mike is good friends with him too. N2TX. So, yeah, real cool. I'll check it out, and we'll circle back through again there, Peter. W2JV, KD2RD.
Yeah, I miss Mike. I miss him. He is just such a super guy, smart guy, and yeah, I remember some of the times that he, N2MUN, Phil Lewis, may he rest in peace, and Tom, KA2D. Basically tuning some antennas at his QTH, and really enjoyed just listening to his knowledge. And of course, Mike is a big fan of stacking, and I remember he saying to Tom, he said, "You see now the difference when we have one beam basically fixed on Europe at 35 or 40 feet, and another one up at 90. You see the difference." Smart guy, and so hopefully he's going to be catching some nice fish soon. Get out there. We know marinas and golf courses are open, so I'm sure Mike can't wait to go. Hey, 73s to you, John. Thanks a lot. K2RD, W2JV.
Yep, you got it. Okay. Hey, I didn't know about Phil, N2MUN. That's a shame. How long ago did that happen?
Yeah, he passed March the 5th. He and I did a joint HRU forum on basically setting up a station, and I was doing it on basically alternative antenna systems for small lots. But he's always been in compromised health, but took care of himself, and he came down with pre-leukemia about a year ago, and it unfortunately blossomed into full leukemia. And certainly the chemotherapy regimen was working for a while, but one of the major side effects would be the kidneys, and his kidneys were compromised to start with. So, he and I were very, very close. He was my mentor. Without him, I don't think I would have advanced through the licensing process. He was brilliant at math. And I spoke with him that afternoon, 3:30 in the afternoon. I was setting up some dummy loads and asked him some questions. I could tell he was off his game, but he said, "My kidneys are hurting. I'm going to probably get into the hospital." And he passed away 12 hours later. Even though we knew it was still a shock because we thought we had more time. But, isn't that the story with all of us, John? So, yeah, we live each day as if it's the last. But he gave it all he could, and he is going to be missed in a major way. As you know, the founder of Ham Radio University. But his memory will live on, and every time I get on the air, I think of him and I think of the things that he taught me. KD2RD, W2JV.
You got it, yeah. That's a shame. Okay, Peter, I remember that station setup presentation that you and Phil gave, I guess, at the last HRU not too long ago. And, wow. Yeah, a bit of a shock. I did meet Phil, just a handful of times. But, yeah, well, the memory will live on. And the founder, there's a great legacy right there as the founder of HRU. So, all right, very good. Take care and have a great rest of the weekend. Be safe, as they say. W2 Johnny Victor, Northport, KD2RD.
Yeah, Port Jeff, what a wonderful place. That harbor is fantastic, beautiful. Thanks a lot, John. Yep. No doubt about it. His memory will live on, and we will have some special events honoring him. That's for sure. But the most important thing for him was who would take care of his cat. He just loved animals. He would change from an engineer to just a soft, roly-poly grandpa when he would visit our cats here, and he had his cat Buddy, and KA2D was just super nice enough to bring the cat over to his house, and he's taking care of Buddy now, and I'm sure that Phil is very, very happy about that, and Buddy has settled right in because Tom's got if he wanted to, he could be a vet. Some people just have the knack where animals just take to them. But you know what? They say animals, they tend to gravitate towards good people, and he's a great people. Anyway, 73s to you, John. Look forward to shaking your hand in a hug soon. Hopefully we'll get that done, and you be safe as well. Thanks so much. Let you wrap it for 73s. KD2RD, W2JV.
Got it. Real good. Yep, looking forward. Hopefully see you soon at the next gathering and so forth. And, thanks for the rundown there. And Tom's a good kid, too, that's for sure. I haven't spoken with him in a bit. But, all right, take care. See you later, Pete. KD2RD.
John, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for stopping in. Really appreciate it. Really do. Pleasure talking with you always. Thanks so much. 73s. 73s. KD2RD, W2JV, 73s. I don't know if anybody's around. I don't know what propagation is like, but QRZ, anyone, anywhere.
Well, this is the other side of the sound, W1FYI in Connecticut.
Okay, standby stations. There you go. On the other side of the sound, W1FYI. Thank you. Good morning to you. Name is Peter, Pop Echo Tango Echo Romeo Peter. Let me just see if I can be a wise guy. There you go. Now it's funny, QRZ came up with S and then Richard, and I'm sure you go by some other name, and there's your nice picture up there. I wish my hair looked like that. I need a haircut. You're not nicely groomed, probably pre-COVID. Anyway, nice signal considering my beam is kind of going the wrong direction. But back to you. Again, name here is Peter. W1FYI, W2JV.
Your spotter and all refreshing must run the 5,000 watts and
Okay, W2JV and this is W5 on frequency also. And I was listening to your conversation with KD2RD. This is W1FYI, Dick, D-I-C-K in Westport, Connecticut. I'm looking at the sound as we speak. I'm right here at the edge, maybe about, 100 yards, I guess, from the water's edge, give or take. Anyhow, was just listening to your conversation. If you went onto my website, or my QRZ site, then you would see also the light of my life sitting there right in the middle of the QRZ page. Anyway, you both have good signals, and if you turn your beam, that'd be great. I'm trying to figure out, my beam should really be pointed further south, I suppose, and south and east. But I've got a good copy, and I'll try to improve on that. The name is Dick. We're in Westport, Connecticut, running SDR, an Apache 200 into a solid-state linear. And I haven't been getting out a lot lately. Bank conditions haven't been great. And of course, we've been doing other things. And then again, we haven't been doing anything, if you know what I mean. So I'll send it back to you, Peter, and you can give it to the W5 if you would like. W2JV, W1FYI.
Oh, thank you, Dick. That's fine. Yeah. You're, I think, at 345 degrees, and I'm pointed at 55. But you know what? Still good. You're 5 and 7, sometimes 5 and 9, Dick. So that's working okay. Fine on Westport. Yeah, I love it up there. My wife and I, when we were living in Greenwood Lake, New York, we raced Hobie Cats, and one of the regional races was in Guilford, Connecticut. And we just loved it there. It was just fantastic. And I know where you are. There are some car events. I'm also a member of a couple of car clubs, and there's some gatherings in and around your area. Just gorgeous, just beautiful, beautiful area, really. And you've got all the entertainment you need just looking out the window and just gazing on the beautiful lake. We lived in beautiful Sound, rather. We lived in Massapequa for 19 years, and we enjoyed it. But then Hurricane Irene and then Sandy really gave us some other ideas, and then we moved up to higher ground here. Yeah, I had for a while there, I had a webcam up on the top of my antenna system on the tower and was able to see the shores of Connecticut, but I knew the webcam wouldn't last too long up there, and so I'm going to be putting up a 30-meter rotatable antenna, and we'll see what repair we can do really overall. Yeah, so you said there was a W5 station. Let's see if that station is still there. This is Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor with Whiskey 1, Fox Yankee Indy on the side. Is there a W5 station? Go ahead. Okay. No, I don't think anything is heard, Dick, for now. But if they want to come in, certainly they're welcome too. Yeah, so I look forward to looking on your website to see the love of your life. And in fact, I'll do that when on the next go round. Talk for a little bit. Let us see. Did I get an idea? Yes. So Anand. So, I'll tell you something. I do like the Flex 6400 that I'm using here. One of the issues that I had was that Flex, because of the and I won't go into the physics of it, but essentially there is some RFI that has emanated from the circuitry, from this server that we call a radio. And little did I know, where I never had RFI before, I was having a foldback on my amplifier. I'm using an Ameritron AL80B right now, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit about certainly solid state, because I have an order in for an SPE 1.5 FA amp, and at times I'm a bit careless with the amp, and of course with these 3500 tubes, they're pretty well bulletproof, but from what I'm reading and understanding, you've got to be a little bit more judicious when it comes to operating a solid state amp. But yeah, I'd like to talk about that a little bit. But yeah, the Anand 7000 Apache, what a rig, pre-distortion. I was thinking that Flex could do that someday, but you can really hear the difference when you're talking with somebody on an Anand. It is just outstanding, and I'm sure you can validate that as well. Hey, back to you, Dick. W1 FYI, W2 JV.
W2JV from W1 FYI. Well, I'm sorry, the 5 station was trying to break in, and I just wanted to get it back to you first. But I'm sorry if you left the frequency. I hope he doesn't think that we were rude. Very fine, Peter. And fine on everything, the 6400. I was a Flex man from the very beginning. Not the very, very beginning, because I didn't have the 100. But I did have the 5000A. I had one of the very first 5000As. I think it was probably in the first production run. I got it in 2007. And I had it for 10 years, maybe more, 11. I loved the radio. I did find it to be a little bit RF receptive, if you will. Or shall we say RF sensitive. And my antenna is not right above me, but very close to above me. And so I was always fighting a little bit of RF. Generally in the mic line, or it might have been in the, could have been emanating through the speaker cables that might have been acting as an antenna. But I eventually got it under control. And my solid state linear is Tokyo High Power HL1 KFX, which is not in production anymore. I don't know. I think Tokyo High Power is still around, although I think they went the way of a type of Chapter 11, and then I think they were reborn. I can't remember. But I've had this linear even before I got the HL, even before I got the 5000A. And it has served me well for the at least 15 years. And basically I just watch it carefully, but I just turn it on and go. My pride and joy is my TS950 SDX, which I have, and I've had that one for close to 20 years. But I had a preceding TS950 SDX, but this one is voodooed. And again, one of the very first voodoo radios. I think it was like number 17 or something. And had Mike take care of that. Oh, I don't know, back around 2003, 2004, something like that. I don't know. But I've had all manner of radios. I've been on the air since 1959. I got my first call in Detroit, K8QWE, the quick-witted Englishman. Or if you were pissed off at me, you'd call me the queer West Ender or something. I don't know, but it was fun. The W1FYI I've had since 1970. I've been here, and this is my 50th year in Connecticut. Been in the broadcasting business and now in the podcast business. And been here in Westport on the water for 34 years. And the antenna is a 6-element KT36XA that's up about maybe 40 feet, but I'm up about another 30 feet above average terrain on a hill. And then there's a road, and then there's the water. And there's a high rent district on the other side of the road. I must admit there are a number of homes on the water that are in the $10, $12, $15 million range. And then there's the poor side of town on my side of the road. But I have no complaints whatsoever. But just a quick history. Oh, by the way, so I also had, along with the 5000A, I did get a 6500. But I sent it back. I knew the guys at Flex very well. Always chatted with them, saw them all the time at Dayton, did the dinners, the whole thing, and did some experimentation here and there. But I thought I would take a shot with the Anon, a buddy of mine, KC4PE, who you may know. He was selling his right after he bought a Kenwood 890, which is still tempting me. I've had the 870, the 950. I've had, I go all the way back to the, I think the Kenwood 120 and the 520. I think I ran the 520. I might have run that from the car at one point. Oh well, anyway, I won't drone on. Anyway, look me up in QRZ and you'll know what I'm talking about, because my little baby is right there on the front page, and then you'll also see the operating location. So, but I did. I had the 6500, and I enjoyed it, but I returned it because I didn't feel that I was getting enough additional value for the additional investment. And then when Billy wanted to get rid of his 200, I thought, well, why not take a shot at it? And hell, I got it from him 2 days after we spoke, and I had it on the air not even 10 minutes after I unpacked the box, because of course I already knew Power SDR, so HRSDR was no problem. So let me send it back to you. I've spoken way too long. W2JV, W14.
Excuse me. K1FYI, Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor, and my apologies. That is Whiskey 1, Fox Yankee India. I was distracted for a moment. Yes, I'm looking at your QRZ page. Thank you so much for the detail. What a beautiful, smiling dog. You know, we have a couple of cats, and, you know, cats are good, and they're fine, and they're wonderful to be around, and it's just wonderful for them to greet you first thing in the morning. But nothing like the smile. Oh, look at those big eyes, that big smile. That could lower your blood pressure, Dick, 30, 40 points easily, for sure. And yeah, your location, my goodness, it looks resort-like. Looks like homes of the rich and famous. No, it is beautiful. Just beautifully designed home, and of course, appropriate to have that beautiful tower and that antenna just poking out of the picture. That's just gorgeous. That really, really is. And yeah, I read about your work with Collisions Media and all the events that you've covered. Well, you must have met some pretty interesting people over the years, and through your associations with the networks and through podcasting, and I guess also maybe some live programming as well. And I'm sure you've probably run into Howard Cosell a few times over the years. Quite a character for sure. But yeah, another one of our members, the Great South Bay Amateur Radio Club, Kilo 2 Tango Victor, Bob, was also, he worked for CBS and covered many sporting events over the years. Not sure if you knew him or not, but another just terrific, wonderful guy, really. It's interesting. I miss auto racing, especially Formula One. Enjoy NASCAR as well, all levels. But I was intrigued. We're streaming this right now. I'm streaming this through Twitch TV, and maybe if you have opportunity, you can check in and hear yourself. There's a little bit of distortion on your audio. I tuned around a little bit to see if perhaps it was my problem, but there appears to be a little bit. So I wanted to make you aware of that, just in case you listened to the broadcast on Twitch and said, "Why didn't Peter say something?" And we'll maybe we can just figure that out, and maybe I can also determine, is it my I'm using earbuds, so that might be a part of the issue as well. But we'll see if we can work that out. No big deal. But I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube, Facebook. So I'm enjoying it, and my goal is to this was set up for the K2H event that is happening May 1st. And hopefully I'll be able to stream a lot and bring a lot of people into what we do, and perhaps interest a few new people into the hobby as well. That's for sure. But thanks a lot, though. The 950, the Voodoo, I like that. The TS 950 DX. My first rig, and I still have it, is the Kenwood 570 Delta. Very understated, maybe underrated in some ways too. I love the rig to death. When I got back into the hobby in '95, wanted a 1000 MP, but couldn't scrape together the money for it, and got the 570, and I've enjoyed that. That's been a good rig. Yeah, I understand how you can make the move. I think I would perhaps have done the same thing as well, given the opportunity. No, I don't know KC4PE, but I will. I don't off the top of my head, Dick, but I'll look him up. I might have worked him. Quick, wicked, huh? That's pretty good. Anyway, thanks a lot for the details. I appreciate that very much, and thanks for the heads up on the solid state amp. Yeah, the SPE has a good reputation. Hopefully, we will enjoy it as well when it comes. Of course, it's coming from Rome, Italy, so I don't expect to see that for a long time, but. When it comes, it'll be fine, and then I'll force myself, Dick, to have to work some more remote, because then I'll have the setup. I'm using the Green Heron, basically rotator system, along with the remote setup that they put together, and that's been working very well. So let me send it back to you. No, I don't think the 5-station. I think that basically he was just going to say hello, and certainly no ill will intended whatsoever. And hopefully we'll reach him again at some other point. So anyway, I'll send it back to you, see if we can work some other people around the globe. But I think propagation is pretty well shut down. I think I know the name of your pooch. If you can give me the name and also the breed as well, I'd appreciate that. I think, but I want to make sure. W1FYI, W2JV.
Break.
Yeah, who's the breaker?
The break is Echo India 5 Kilo Papa, PI 5KP.
Roger, Echo India 5 Kilo Papa, really nice signal. You're about at least 10 over 9 here. The name is Peter, Pop Echo Tango Echo Romeo, and I'm speaking with Dick, W1FYI. Let me go over to you, and we'll just get an ID on that, and then we'll send it back to Dick. Echo India 5 Kilo Papa with Whiskey 1 Fox Yankee India, Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor. The name here is Peter, Pop Echo Tango Echo Romeo. Over to you.
Okay, Peter, very fine. I'm not going to stick around very long, but
you boys made a big double.
I want to take advantage of it. I hate the cold weather, but I can't leave Westport. It is, in very many ways, much like a resort area.
Roger, Echo India 5. Stand by. I'll pick you up after we QRT here with him.
Mexico. Well, we'd be in Mexico next weekend if we could go. By the way, it could have been the compression. I had my compressor on for whatever reason, and I don't use it very often. And the compressor does not offer any real distortion, but sometimes if it's overdriven, maybe that might have been the situation. Do you still notice any real distortion over?
No, it's much, much better, much improved, for sure. So I'd say, yeah, you've done that. That's done a good job, Dick.
Okay, fine. I'll make a couple of comments and turn it over to EI5KP also. We're in that category that we don't run around town much. Although I will admit, I go out with my doggie. Her name is Phoebe, Phoebe, Phoebe. And she is a Havanese, and she is my second Havanese. My first one, Lola, just the love of my life, dog-wise. She lived to be 12 years old, and I had to put her down, and it was very, very, very hard for me, especially because I had to do it by long distance too. And then Phoebe, I said to my wife, I said, "That's it. We've been through a lot. Don't need to do this." And within 2 weeks, we were already looking at Phoebe. And she comes from Rhode Island, so we went up to Kingston, Rhode Island, and picked her up and brought her back. And she was in our house about 4 weeks later. And she's 6 years old, and she hangs out with me. She usually hangs out right here with me when I'm on the air, but the sun is out, and she likes to lie in the sun. And she is the reason I can get out of the house 2 or 3 times a day. So I take her for walks. I bring my mask with me. But I don't wear it unless there are other people around. If there's nobody around, then I just have a nice exhilarating walk with her. She's crazy in that she's very curious about everything. So she takes me for the walk, except she pulls me in every direction because she wants to smell everything. She wants to see everything. And then every time there's another dog in the vicinity, she starts barking like, "Hey, I'm here. I may be a little, but you can't walk on me." And but she is, let's put it this way, in a different life we'd call her a chick magnet, if you know what I mean. So anyhow, let me send it back to you, and you can send it out to EI5KP. Or let me say, if you're with your permission, I'll send it out to EI5KP. Just a couple of quick comments. Actually, just so you know, I got my call directly from the FCC at the FCC itself in Harrisburg. No, in Gettysburg. And I got it while I was driving my family across from Detroit to New Haven, which is where I came to from Detroit. I had been in broadcasting in Detroit back in the 60s, and then was involved with the startup of a progressive rock station in New Haven in the 70s, which lives today and will be 50 years old in 2021. And we had the best time, as I say to people, I had such a good time in the 70s, I should still be doing time. And rock and roll, that's all I can tell you. I got to know all the rockers, and if you were familiar with New York radio and WNEW-FM and WPLJ and all of these other stations, I knew a lot of the guys there, and hung with a lot of the rockers, Frank Zappa and Fleetwood Mac and all the others. Had a lot of fun. Now we're doing podcasting, but I've got one foot on the retired side, and the other foot on the podcast side. So we're not pumping out 20 podcasts a week, 20 different podcasts a week. We're working with one, maybe two, and we design custom podcasts. And I do a lot of the recording here right now on Zoom because I can't go anywhere. I can't take my equipment and record on location. But the result has been that I've produced about 12 or 13 podcasts in the last 2 to 3 weeks, and they've come out really quite well. And it's not been hard at all. All right, I've talked enough. Let me send it over to EI5KP to introduce himself, and you turn it over to Peter W2JV, and then I will sign when it's my turn next. And one other thing before I do it, Peter, when I was in college back in Michigan, I lived in Ann Arbor, and I had 2 cats. I had a Burmese cat and a Siamese cat, and I loved them. And then back in the late 60s and early 70s, I also had a miniature dachshund and a great white Pyrenees, the most beautiful dog in the world. And then I went 40 years before I got another dog, and that was Lola. So, EI5KP, to pick it up, the W2JV, your tune, to W1 for your information.
Yeah, okay, very good indeed there, Dick. Nice to hear you. Signals up and down a little bit there. But anyway, yeah, you're pretty much readability 3 to 5, Dick. 3 to 5. I'm not sure where you got your beams pointing at the minute there, but anyway, we're hearing you here in Ireland. Name is Rowley, Romeo Oscar Lima Yankee, and we're in the southeast of Echo, India. We've spoken a few times before, Dick. We have indeed, and I've heard you on the air for many, many years, and that was actually what prompted me just to come in with your conversation there with Pete. When he mentioned that there was something awry with your audio transmission. Because the minute I came on the frequency, I was looking around. I was having a little bit of a look around on 178, and then I saw your signal here on 180. And anyway, I just yeah, there's something. I'm not sure what it is, Dick, but it's just it's not right. And I just wanted to let you know that there's something kind of goofy, kind of a bit freaky going on with your audio, which which you normally would not have. Your audio is normally, it's the gold standard. It's impeccable. But there's something going down there today which will need your expert attention to rectify. W2JV, Peace, you're doing real good. You're 5'9", plus 10 with me. Here, about an hour and 20 minutes drive south of Dublin City in the southeast of Ireland. So, with the group, W1FYI, W2JV from Echo India 5 Kilo Papa. Up to you there, Pete, over.
Well, thank you very much, Raleigh. Thank you so much. I'm glad you corrected your name, because QRZ shows as Roland, and when I hear the name Roland, I got to tell you, it puts a smile to my face. He was certainly not a family member, but a good friend of my late uncle, and he taught me so much about. I was in psychocybernetics, and just positive thinking. So he's resting in peace now, but certainly his memory and his knowledge live on. Really, your signal is solid, Raleigh. You're a good 10 over 9, and your audio is outstanding. And yes, I know Dick corrected it a bit, but you're right, it's still not 100%. Certainly more copyable. So maybe what we'll do is we'll just have him maybe do some adjustments if he'd like, and we can copy that. Let me, I guess, respond on a few things that you said, Dick. First of all, if you could let me know where I could tune in to your podcasts, I'd like that very, very much. I'm certainly going to learn a few things. I've just begun doing this streaming, and want to do. There's a lot of improvement to be done, but people like yourself can teach me a lot. Phoebe is a chick magnet. Havanese are beautiful dogs. I wasn't sure. But that is terrific. And Rolla, 12 years old sounds a little bit young. Hopefully Lola, got to read my own handwriting, didn't have any existing conditions that caused her to pass prematurely. But again, I'm not sure. Each breed has, of course, as you know, its own lifespan. When you said very hard, I paused for a moment and just had to sit back and take a gulp of my beverage, because we had a cat come to our house, and clearly this was a house cat that somehow got loose. We tried to find the owner. It wasn't tagged. There wasn't a chip. So we had Murphy for about a year. Murphy developed cancer. And I think I'm not disrespectful when I say I've lost my parents. And there was sadness, obviously, and grief. But I can't, you can, we can, pet owners can. The depth of the grief, the extent of it, the length of it, is just something that is unfathomable. And to a non-pet owner, they'd say you're being blasphemous, but let me tell you, I understand. It was impossible. We said the same thing. We said we're done. This was too emotional. Certainly, we went through a doctor about 50 miles to the east of us, and we put her on a regimen of different types of supplements, and it really didn't do very, very much, but we tried. taking her back and forth once a month driving, and that was not an issue for us at all to make that drive. But we tried, and we said, no, never again, we're done. Well, my good friend, may he rest in peace, Phil N2MUN, said, you got to do it. But he said, do me a favor. Murphy was female. Get a male cat, and you'll be happier. Male are easy to deal with. What did I know? I didn't have that many cats in my lifetime. So we decided rather than one, so yeah, after 2 weeks, we said the same thing. We miss having the companionship and being able to maybe have a good feeling. This was a tough thing with Murphy, and now we have two. We bought a bonded pair, Oliver and Oscar, at 4 months old, and they've been a joy. They really have been, and it's bringing back some of our good feelings again. So anyway, sorry I put so much time into that one, but nevertheless. So I think Scott Morrow, I was working for the Bank of New York and in Manhattan, and his studio wasn't too far from me, and we got on the air a little bit. We had a friend that worked in the broadcast industry, and that's when I saw the real studio and a real professional at work. We're amateur operators, but man, what a job. What a fantastic site, and what a fantastic experience, for sure. The 64 World's Fair, and I'm sure you attended it as well. I'd like your comment on that. You know, once we moved into the Coca-Cola Pavilion to have a sip of Coke, then seeing the Collins Amateur Radio Studio, Dick, it just stopped me in my tracks. And then to have Barry Goldwater and Gene Shepard stop in to say hello, that just was outstanding. In fact, a few weeks ago, I spent at HRU, Ham Radio University, I met a gentleman who was Gene Shepard's chief engineer, and that was an interesting story, he said to me. So Gene was also someone who helped me get into the hobby. Anyway, let me send it back to you, Dick, and we can maybe work on a few things if you'd like, or maybe later on. Back to you, Dick. This is Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor and the group.
Okay, fine, Peter and Rolly, very good. I think I may have found the problem, and the reason, in fact, I had to do a reboot. Does it sound a little bit better to you, Rolly?
Ooh. Oh, you are back in the Premier League there. You are the Ponderosa, back sounding like one FYI. Over.
Thank you. You know what it is, I think. I have been doing so much work on this particular computer at home because I've been home. And I've got a lot of stuff running in the background, and I suspect that I was dropping a lot of packets. My suspicion is that I was overloading the processor, and I shut down my Zoom program. I do a lot of communicating with Zoom, but I don't know how much RAM that eats up, and that's always running in the background, so I shut that down, and I've got a few other things running in the background that I can turn off. And I suspect that what happened was that the processor was pretty overloaded, and as such, I was dropping packets, or just things were getting rough. So I shut down and rebooted, and I figured that might help. Great. In any case, here's something, for example. I can exit. I'm looking at programs that go through my startup program that are, if they're running, maybe they...
This is EI5 KP station,
but I could tell
Raleigh.
Because I was listening to you guys, and all of a sudden everything got very icky, and I could tell it wasn't RF, it was more that I was losing packets, and things were getting very rough. So I figured a reboot would help. I don't know that I would run into that if I was running into the 950. Anyway, from the standpoint of dogs and cats, also the fact that they've diagnosed cancer in these pets now that they didn't do that 25, 30 years ago. I carry pet insurance, and I know at the end of the year I paid way more into insurance premiums than I have been getting payments back for normal, healthy checkups and inoculations and such. But I'm happy to do that because I know that when the time comes that if something serious happens, that it'll be there. And I've talked to many people who get into that very difficult situation where their pet is costing them thousands of dollars because they do have something like cancer. Lola, my previous dog, died of Cushing syndrome, and she wasn't even diagnosed until she was 12 years old, and she went relatively quickly. But I feel to this day that I probably could have saved her, because I think it may have had something to do with the surgery that she had a couple of years earlier to redirect her salivary glands into her eyes because she had dry eyes, and we didn't want to be putting drops in her eyes every hour. Well, you know what? If I knew then what I know now, I would happily put drops in her eyes every hour if that would have prevented whatever happened. But you know, it's they're your companion, and that's what TV is. And as soon as I get off, we're going to go out. It's chilly, but it's not too chilly, and I want to make sure we get some exercise, because looking out of the house, I'm not getting to the gym as much. I'm not getting there at all. And I want to stay in shape. I don't want to put on what they call the quarantine 15. And there's a lot of talk about that online. So, anyway, Rolly, it's been a long time. I should have recognized you, and I apologize for that, but it has been a while. But thank you for your comments and your concerns there, and that's why I made the change. And as far as Peter, as far as your entry into radio, well, I got into amateur radio before I got into commercial radio, because in '59 I was in high school, and a friend of mine was had just gotten his license, and I was transfixed by it. And so when I went to college, I was a marketing major, and I worked actually in the college pool hall, and I also worked on the Eastern Michigan University football broadcast. And I was a spotter, and then I turned color commentator. And then I got jobs in Ann Arbor, and believe it or not, Ann Arbor and East Lansing. I was doing Top 40 radio, and then in Detroit. And then I came over to Connecticut, and the best 10 years was when I ran WPLR, which you may be familiar with. We even had a sales office in Long Island, because our signal covers a good part of central and eastern Long Island, and always showed up in the Nassau-Suffolk rating. But it was a great time, and then my business partner and I had the Connecticut Radio Network, which delivered news, sports, and entertainment programming to radio stations throughout Connecticut and eventually all over the country. Of course, I've written that out in the bio there. But I've had a lot of fun with auto racing and sports, New York Giants football, and NASCAR, and Indy 500, and all this stuff. I wouldn't take back 5 minutes of what I've been able to do, and I enjoy it. And I also lecture at Columbia University Business School, the Graduate School of Business. This is one actually online this week, my first virtual lecture. So we had fun. Well, I'm going to bid you all a fond adieu, or a fondue, whichever you prefer. And I will send it over to Rory. And how are things over there in Northern Ireland? Are you having to deal a lot with this corona virus? Of course, you know, Peter and I are in what's considered the worst hotspot in the country, I think. And as such, we're pretty well shut down. There are other areas of the country that are starting to open a little bit, and I'm concerned that it may be premature, but I don't know. But we'll have to let it play out. So let me send it over to you, and I will wish you both a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We've got some rain, by the way, and heavy winds coming in. I was just reading about it, probably tomorrow night and Monday, from a big storm system that's in the Midwest, and I've been seeing more and more of that happening of late. And so we'll see. I'm going to try to get on the air a little bit more if I can. I haven't been on the air a lot because I've been working, believe it or not, even though I thought I was retired, I'm not. And I'm handling security for my synagogue, and I'm doing work for a big men's group here. That's who I produce the podcast for. And I'm the chairperson of the charter school in Bridgeport. So in addition to the podcasting business, there's enough to stay busy, so I have no complaints. So I'm going to go and get my little TV, and we're going to go head out and walk the golf course. And at some point, I'll be playing the golf course, you never know. EI5KP to pick it up. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Both of you enjoy. Wally, it's over to you. EI5KP with W2JV from W1 for your information.
Yeah, beautiful, Dick. All copied. A little bit of QSB, but you're good there. You're good. No hassle. And interesting stuff. Yeah, you did a lot of radio. I did a lot of radio as well, but I'm of a slightly different vintage. I'm 52 right now, and I'm out of the broadcasting game about 17 years. But I was on the radio pretty much solid from late teenage years through till when I retired. Broadcasting here in Ireland, in the Republic. We're down the south here, in the sunny southeast, and it's sort of living up to that reputation today. So interested to hear what mischief you were up to, and even doing some top 40 radio. Yeah, I'm sure we could knock up a couple of interesting QSOs in the not too distant future. I keep one machine here, one PC, Dick. I keep completely dedicated to the Apache Labs radio. It does nothing. It sits on its laurels, and all it does is run Power SDR, run the Open HBSDR software. It's not even on the internet, this machine. It's deliberately kept offline. So it gets no updates, no downloads, nothing, no information, nothing happening in the back door, and I'm not doing any homework on it or anything like that when I'm using it. So it's very easy to drop a lot of packets. Very, very easy, and you were dropping some big ones. You were getting into East LA drug dealer-sized packets there now, to be honest with you. It was a bit much. I knew it wasn't RF. I knew you had something sort of freaky going on there with your bit rate or some kind of a buffer or something anyway. And a reboot has put that back to bed nicely. But I would be conscious of what you're demanding on the machine there. And if you're going to be using the Open HBSDR, I would dedicate maybe a little bit more of the processor to that workload, just to keep it sweet. But yeah, you sound great. You sound really good. You sound back to standard. Normal service has resumed at W1 FYI, as they say. So it's all good. Re the coronavirus and COVID-19. We are in what they call a soft lockdown. We don't have martial law, but we are locked down.
Thank you. It's nice to see a viewer. If you want to interact
pharmacies,
on
so
chat,
what you
say
guys
hello.
would call drugstores.
W2JV.
Supermarkets and drugstores. Pretty much everything else is closed. You're not meant to travel unless it is for an essential journey, unless you are got an essential job, like maybe Medicare or utility-wise or something like that. So we are essentially in lockdown, and we have been since, I think about 3 or 4 weeks at this stage. And we're in lockdown until the 8th of May, and that will probably be extended. We're looking at, on a daily basis, a population of just about 5 million. So a 5 million population in this country, and we have we usually have about 750 cases per day, 750 new cases per day, and we're coming in at about anywhere between 30 and maybe 60 deaths per day. So that might give you sort of a per capita an idea as to sort of where we're at. It's a big deal. There's a lot of people scared, a lot of people uninformed that don't really care, and the economy is pretty much crippled at the minute as we speak. Everything is it's like you went up to that old VHS machine that you had in your front room and hit the pause button, and it's sitting there kind of going every so often. You know, it's just stretching the tape another little bit in the cassette, but the pause is still on, and they've not let it out yet, so that's where we are. I'm not going to stay on here either, boys. I'm sort of doing a bit of work, but I had to jump in to let Dick know that things weren't as they should be, and didn't want to rain on your parade, Dick. But I didn't want you out there shooting the breeze, thinking that everything was cool when it was far from it. So I said I would I would take bear the grief of being what do they call it? I don't know, the bearer of bad news. I said I'd take it upon my shoulders, but it's all repaired and everything is beautiful. You sound great again. So that is it, guys. Beautiful sunny afternoon here in the southeast of the Republic of Ireland. I'm going to leave you guys to it, and we'll see you further down. But thank you for the time. I'll talk to you about dogs on another occasion, because we're a GSD family, and they're kind of special too. So we'll give the dogs a mention next time round. W1FYI, W2JV. This is Echo India 5 Kilo Papa. Pop it up to you there, Pete. Take care. Stay safe, guys, and we'll see you further down. This is Echo India 5 King 10. Over.
Oh, fine business, Raleigh. Echo India 5 Kilo Papa with Whiskey 1 Kilo Yankee India, Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor. My goodness, this has been really one for the time capsule, as they say. Very special to really be able to speak with two gentlemen who really succeeded, excelled in the broadcast industry, and share some of your stories with me. And I'm really, thank you, Raleigh. I see it's been a bonus. Thanks to Dick. You came in and shared some of your stories, and fantastic signal. You know, it's nothing new. I mean, my goodness, I think I'll call this pure signal pre-distortion. Have you heard that before? You know, it's just phenomenal. There's nothing like it, Anon. Nothing at all in this earth sounds like it, and it's just phenomenal. I don't know if Flex with their technology, with their software algorithms, can in fact do that. I don't see why they couldn't, but it's something that I'm just curious about, and would like to perhaps talk with them, have further discussions with them, if that's something that is doable. But my goodness, Raleigh, fantastic sound, really. Yeah, I'm glad we resolved Dick's little issue, and good point on essentially having a single source for dedicated to server just for running the software. That makes a heck of a lot of sense. It really does. And thank you for the numbers. Those numbers are, while every number is a bad number, it sounds like people are informed and paying attention there. And yeah, it's nice. Your sunny weather. We haven't experienced much of that, as Dick can attest to. We've had a lot of rain, and we're going to be getting some more, really. But that's April showers. Hopefully we'll get into some warmer weather, I'm sure, soon. We live here in a forest, so there's a lot of trees to prune, and this cooler weather is giving us that opportunity for sure. Yeah, here in New York, we are basically, our numbers are trending down, but the governor yesterday gave us the latest number. I think it's something like there were somewhere around 500 plus passed away yesterday, and about 1,200 new cases. So clearly the all clear signal is far from giving that. I can't project, but maybe the end of June, perhaps things might improve a bit, but I hope everybody stays safe. We're putting on, as a lot of folks know, a special event station here to honor all the frontline workers through Kilo 2 Hotel, and where hopefully all 62 counties in New York can participate, and basically say thank you to all the healthcare workers, all the service workers, for their tireless efforts, putting their life at risk in many, many cases to support COVID-19 patients. So we're looking forward to that. And right now, if anyone is watching the stream, I have that up on my dashboard, the Kilo 2 Hotel station, or Kilo 2 Heroes. So it's been purely a delight for me. Thank you so much, Dick, for saying hello and sharing your life with me. And yeah, you've had a nice history of dogs, for sure. We've always enjoyed the Beagles. We had a Beagle, and they're just a fun breed to have. They say beagles are the #1 dog that gets hit by cars, and because we know why, their head is always on the ground, so it makes some sense, really. But really enjoyed them, and I think there may be a time we'll be able to bring one into the pack. We'll see. Anyway, let me bring it over to you, basically, Dick, for wrapping it up. Yeah, I've got to leave as well, but this has been a lot of fun. So to you, Dick, for the ribbon, as they say, Whiskey 1, Foxtrot Yankee India, with Echo India 5. What a signal! Kilo Papa, solid 10-15 over 9, Raleigh. Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor.
Okay, Peter and Raleigh, fine. W2JV EI5KP W1 FYI. Well, first of all, it has been a very, very enjoyable conversation, something I haven't done in quite a while. Up, I hear Phoebe at the front door. She sees somebody, but also I think it's time to give her some exercise. Yeah, the situation is very, very, it's very distressing here. Raleigh, we have probably in this area of the country, well, let's see, the country itself has something in the range of about 800,000 cases and over 50,000 fatalities. And I think that the New York area, which is Connecticut, New York, New Jersey primarily, I think we're responsible for well over half of that. So it's a very, very, very tough situation, and all we can do is do what we're told. And I don't disagree with the importance of the physical distancing. It has made life different, but not necessarily bad in every respect, in that I think it's forced more social interaction online. I am Zoom videoing with my kids and my grandson and my brothers and my nieces and such more often now than I did when things were normal, because I'm not going anywhere. It has impacted the type of work that I do with podcasting, because you can't go out and sit in the studio or sit in a room and record somebody. But fortunately, you can still do it online, and I think people understand the difference and why. So we keep doing it. Anyway, I'll see you later. You can hear Phoebe in the background, perhaps. And it's been great to talk to you both in Raleigh after a time, and we could talk about the early years back with Bill W2ONV, and of course Joe W0WD is still here, and we did lose both Howard. We both lost Harold and Howard. One to corona and the other one to cancer. And that was very, very sad. But Billy is on 178 often, although the conditions have not been good, and so I haven't been hearing everybody like I should. But I knew, by the way, I knew something was wrong when you mentioned it, because I could hear it on the receive side. And that's when I realized that clearly I had overextended either RAM or whatever, and we were experiencing massive packet dropping. And that's why I did a complete reboot of the radio, which it didn't take any time. The whole thing took like 10 seconds from start to finish. So I'll see you gentlemen again, maybe if you're around tomorrow, and I'll look for the special event station. I think that's a wonderful thing you're doing, to recognize all of the people that are working on the front line. I would be the first to be there if I wouldn't be the first to get sick. And given my age, and also the fact that I have, I've had a number of, shall we say, adjustments to my heart. And while I feel great and I feel like I'm in great shape, they say not a chance. So I'm not taking any chances. So I'll see you guys later. I'm going to shut down 7-3. Over to you, Raleigh, for any final comment. Peter, you take care, and let's enjoy the nice weather today here, because it ain't going to be so nice tomorrow and Monday. And Raleigh, I hope things are settled down and we're all on a positive track with this pandemic. It's no joke, that's for sure. EI5KP, W2JV, W1FYI is QRT. Go ahead, Raleigh, if you have anything.
Okay, really struggling a bit there now. Struggling quite a bit there now. W1FYI with W2JV from Echo India 5 Kilo Papa. Okay, Dick. Do have a couple of comments, do have a couple of questions, but I will save everything till the next time. And we'll have a chat. Conditions are degrading, breaking down rapidly. Readability 2. Better readability 2 on your last transmission, Dick. So pretty tough on this side. Take care. Stay safe, Dick. Take care. Stay safe, and we'll talk soon. We'll be looking for you. And thanks for your time today. And glad you got the radio and the PC sorted out there. We'll be listening out for you. So 73 from this side. Pete, yeah, my pleasure. Yeah, nice to hook up with you. I believe for the first time. I don't see you coming up in the logbook. So I'm sure we'll talk again at a more leisurely pace, and we'll see you. Do tend to hang around this part of the band. And I'm sure we'll catch up with you again before too long. So my pleasure, Pete, and certainly enjoyed it with you today. We'll have a look out for the special event, and we'll also talk to you about the dogs, etc., and many other things. Yeah, the old beagles are pretty cool. Never did have a beagle, but yeah, they are. They're pretty Snoopy-ish. I think Snoopy was a beagle, wasn't he? Yeah, probably the coolest beagle about. W2JV, this is Echo India 5 Kilo Papa 73. See you, Dick. See you, Pete. Take care, guys. And we'll see you further down. To W2JV from Echo India 5 Kilo Papa, off and clear on yours.
Thank you, Raleigh. Solid signal. Still 5 and 9. Very little QSB. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, my favorite beagle was Bruno. He was one of the few beagles that won Westminster, and what a beautiful, special dog. But yeah, all of them are great. They really are. They have some howl, and as I found out, one of the most difficult dogs to housebreak. Very difficult dog. You know, they're really meant for the wild outdoors. I lived at the time when I had our beagle, Ginger. We were living in Queens, New York, so it was pretty congested, and there wasn't a lot of room to operate. But it was still a fun puppy to have. Yeah, we'll talk some more about a lot of things. There's a lot of stuff going on in your guys' head. It's almost limitless, and I look forward to tapping into that for sure. This has been very, very enjoyable just to hear now 2 outstanding signals. I feel like I'm the odd man out here with the flex. You're going to say to me, when are you going to get to Anand and get going? But we're having a good time. We're learning SDR. And, of course, as we all know, the software, the SDR software is just phenomenal. Really enjoy it. Anyway, good health. Have a nice walk there, Dick. Don't get into the quarantine 15. Let Phoebe pull you around a little bit. But enjoy the day. Yeah, we're going to have a little bit of wet weather in the next couple of days. But enjoy it while we can. And no doubt about it, sunny Surrey, that's great. I mean, it's very nice, Raleigh, to have a really continuous run of weather. Yeah, I guess it's Nerney. I'm not pronouncing that right, probably, County Carlow. But anyway, thank you so much. Look forward to your support in the K2H special event. Yes, we're looking forward to it. I hope to have a lot of pictures of healthcare workers, service workers that I can post here on my stream. One of the things, by the way, that I'm doing, and you guys know a lot about this for sure, I'm just learning about it, Dick and Raleigh, is that I want to play a song that I think might be appropriate that was remastered. It was sung in 1990 by Whitney Houston in Tokyo. The song is Higher Love, and that song was meant for an album that she was putting together that never got produced. That song was never, ever really shown to anyone until 2019 when, and I don't know if I can pronounce his name right, Kayo, the Norwegian composer, remastered it, and in 2019, of course, it Billboard's #1 song. I like the song a lot, so BMI owns the rights, and I wrote to the 3 producers, and hopefully, I can get through that red tape. I don't know. It's my first time asking for copyright permission, but hopefully they'll respond pretty quickly. Anyway, that's my little story on that, and hopefully we can play Whitney Houston's song "Higher Love," and we'll see from there. Yeah, some of the words really resound very much with what's going on. Anyway, 73s, good health, be safe, be home, and everybody here is paying attention to that. That's for sure. Sorry to keep it a little longer. I know you want to go for that walk. I hear Phoebe barking. Anyway, over to you, Dick, for finals, and then we'll wrap it up. Whiskey 1, Fox Yankee India, with Echo India 5, Kilo Papa, Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor. 73s to you, Raleigh. 73s to you, Dick.
Okay, Peter and Raleigh. Oh, very interesting. I'd like to learn more about that. I know exactly what you're dealing with. And in fact, what's going on here? Now I'm hearing... Well, this is interesting. I'm hearing something coming through on the bottom end on the speaker. And it's not... wow, that's weird. Okay. In any case, I'll keep it short. And I know what it is. I'm sorry. Oh my God, it's a story on CNN that's running at the same time. Let me turn that off. That's what it was. Okay, so yeah, I did about 20 studio sessions in the 70s that I rebroadcast on the radio, and a lot of them got bootlegged. The most famous one was Fleetwood Mac, and that went around the world in no time, and we never got anything out of that other than great radio, which was my original intent. But I had underestimated the dark side, if you know what I mean, in terms of recording. A subject for another day we could discuss for sure. Alrighty, I'll see you later. 7-3 and yeah, beagles. We'll talk about that too. But my favorite now are the Havanese. They're so cuddly, and they are so social. And she's a breathing teddy bear to me, and she's always hanging around with me, and that's what I love. See you later. Over to you, Raleigh, if you have anything. This is W1FYI. I gotta pull the switch, but we'll talk again soon. Take care. W1FYI QRT.
Okay, nothing to add, guys. Nothing to add on this side, except the signals are still dropping. I think the band is changing just a wee bit there now. Quite difficult with both yourself and Pete at the moment. So I think anything is best left until the next occasion. But all is good. All is good. Stay safe, guys. Take care, and we'll see you further down. And looking forward to the next time round. You go get your walk, and we'll sign and clear. See you, Dick. Cheers, Pete, and thank you. W1FYI with W2JV. This is EI5 Kilo Papa, now closed.
Roger there, Raleigh. Thank you. 73s. Cheers and beers to you. Enjoyed it very, very much. Look forward to Chapter 2. And you as well, Dick. Have a good walk, and yeah, we'll talk more about the wonderful life of a beagle. 73s, be well, be safe, and do look forward to speaking with you again. Maybe we'll reach each other in a special event. 73s, guys. Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor is clear.
You're not keyed up.
Alrighty, I know I have stream starting soon, but this is going to be stream ending soon. Anyway, whoever was listening, thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. Certainly my goal was to pass along information about the Kilo 2 Hotel Special Station, Kilo 2 Heroes, that will be running from May 1st to May 31st. And I'm going to be thanking people along the way We'll get them all, but right now I want to thank the president of the Great South Bay Amateur Radio Club, Whiskey 2 Hotel Charlie Bravo, John, for being very enthusiastic about putting on this event and the contacts that he's made to publicize this event. And also want to thank November Oscar 2 Charlie, NO2C, that would be Lou. Want to thank him as well for all his involvement with this event. And there'll be many, many more people to thank. But thank you very much for those who listened, and hopefully we'll be able to pass the word. For those that are not amateur radio capable, you know that I'll be streaming most of the broadcasts through my station, and you can pick it up on Twitch or YouTube. So 73s to everybody. Thank you very much for listening, and hopefully maybe some of you that may have listened that have some interest in this wonderful service of amateur radio. If you have any questions and want to go further, you can go to QRZ, which is a wealth of information, and you can go to QRZ.com. That's Quebec Romeo Zulu.com to learn all about how to get involved in amateur radio. 73s to everybody, and we'll see you soon. This is Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor.